Welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. All right, today's topic is he setting me up? And signs he's not who he says he is. All right, we have a letter. Let's dive right into this letter and see what she says. I met this guy on a dating app not long ago. Uh-oh, here comes the dating app again. And he's been calling me every day for about a week now. The weird part is the calls are super short, like just a few minutes. And then he tells me to open a different app so we could talk better. That really feels a little off. He says he's an engineer from Texas, but currently working overseas and won't be back in the States until next year. Here's where I start raising an eyebrow. If he's really an engineer, why can't he talk longer? That's that's very weird. That wouldn't match up for me either, because if he's a professional man, then he's used to being on the phone sometime. So if he's really interested in you, he would make the time to talk to you, because he realizes this is his only way to get to know more about you is through the communication over the phone, especially with him working overseas somewhere. And why does he always call at the exact time every day? Because this is the only time that he is free to call. That's why. It could be a number of reasons that he only can call you a certain time of day and only can talk to you a few minutes. Ladies, I just want you to be alert about something. Guys in prison can contact you through these dating apps, and they can say they're anywhere. You don't know, but they can't stay on the phone when they can get to the phone, you see. But if they can get you on another app, see, many of them have access to computers. So they can get on the computer and maybe talk to you a whole lot longer, or whatever the situation is. But many of these guys are not being honest with you. They are setting you up for something. Something about the whole thing doesn't sit right with me. What do you think? Am I overthinking, or is this giving scammer vibes? It's giving scammer vibes, if you ask me. It sounds like a scammer all the way around. Now, even if, the guys in prison, they're not the only scammers. There are these fellas who are overseas, but they live overseas. These are foreigners. I don't know if they still have the same access as they did, with the new administration and all of that. But still, women are getting scammed. So some way they're contacting you through these dating apps, then getting you to switch over to other apps where they can maybe see you or whatever they do on the other apps. But they're not scrutinized as much on the app that they met you on. So they can be freer in whatever their intentions are with you. Okay? So, okay, now here are some clear signs that that fella may be setting you up to take advantage of you. Okay? All right. Number one, he's vague about his details, saying he's an engineer, but offering no real info about his company, location, or job duties is suspicious. Scammers often use generic careers like engineer, military, or a contractor. All right? He has short and scripted conversations. If he always talks briefly and never goes off script, or if he avoids deeper conversation, it could mean he's juggling multiple targets. or doesn't want to reveal too much. Okay? So I have heard of these guys. They have, they're dealing with a lot of women because, they need the hits. And the hit is when they get you vulnerable enough the way you want to send them money or whatever they are after, but they'll juggle you as long as they can keep you responding to their calls. They want to push you to switch platforms. That's a red flag in itself. Why? Why you can't talk to me on this platform? What is it that you got to say that you can't say here? Asking you to switch apps or talk on a more private platform can be a way to avoid getting reported on the dating app. You see, if they ask you to switch to another app, they have deviant intentions and is not for you. If he always calls at the exact time, especially during odd hours, it might mean he's operating in a different time zone that he claims, or he's fitting you into a scam schedule. Okay? So, I kind of doubt it if it's time zones, because why is he calling you at the same exact time every day? That's a routine. That's a pattern. That's a definite pattern. He's not just calling you when he thinks about you, because he will call you different times a day. It's on schedule. Fast emotional attachment. If he's already saying things like, I miss you, you're the one, I trust you, after a few calls, be cautious. Be cautious. Scammers often build emotional intimacy quickly so they can manipulate you later, ladies. See, this is where ladies get caught up, because when you go on a dating app, you really want to meet somebody. And men know it. So here they are, pretending to be someone they're not. And many of them will post pictures of models to get your attention, and it's not them at all. Not them at all. If you saw them for real, you would never even talk to them. Period. Future talk with no proof. Saying, I'll be back in the States next year, but can't video chat or make a proper phone call now. That's just a way to keep you hopeful while giving you nothing concrete. You see, these people that tell you, yeah, well, I'm going to be back. That's just to keep you on the string, ladies. Don't be held on a string like that. And he will ask for something. This could be money, gift cards, phone access, or even just personal information like your address, ID, banking details. Sometimes they ease into it slowly, over weeks. But these men have a definite intention, and the intention is not loving you. So what do? Trust your gut. Because when you are talking to these people, your gut is talking to you. You just got to listen. And don't allow your ego to drown out your intuition. Because your ego will say, you better not let this man go. You know you can't find nobody else. He the only one. And he an engineer. You better not. That's your ego. Your intuition is saying, No, sister, this is not it. Let him go. He lying. Let him go. But the intuition is such a quiet voice. And unless you can quiet down that ego, you might miss it. And I do believe that's why a lot of women get caught up, because they listen to the ego. And see, your ego is always in survival mode. You know, it's not enough. You got to grab it while it's here. That's your ego, not your intuition, because your intuition knows there's always enough. There's no reason to grab anything. Abundance is ever flowing. That's your intuition. All right, so trust your gut. Ask detailed questions. Now, here we go. This is one of my favorite ones. If you are in question with a fellow that you are talking to over the internet, ask him to show a photo ID with him standing next to his ID with a newspaper that says today's date on it. All right, let's see if you can pull it off. Now, some of them are pretty crafty, can do a lot of things, but it will be difficult for him to hold up his ID to his face, to take a screenshot, even if you can't find today's date. But that ID, if you can read it and you can see his, then you can tell it 9 times out of 10 is him. Like I said, they're very crafty today. And if a number of women have been doing that, then they know how to overcome it. So you still got to be careful. Now, if you ask them any detailed questions, scammers would get defensive because they don't have the answers. So they get defensive and, why you ask me? Why you? Don't give money or personal information, period. Don't get caught up in the romance of whatever this dude is telling you. Don't be desperate. And usually you make big mistakes in these partnerships or situationships because you're desperate. Okay? It says to Google his story. Scammer scripts are often recycled. Search engineers working overseas. Dating scam. If you Google a lot of things that people tell you, you can find out the truth right there. Because practically everybody has some kind of information online. All right? So I would not hesitate to Google these people, search them out. Do not just believe what a man's going to tell you because his picture looks good on a dating app. I hope that you understand the message today, and I really hope that it helps someone. I want to thank you so much for supporting this channel. Thank you for your comments and your letters, and a very special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best, and I really hope to see you next time.